when you open up Blender, this is what you start off with. So let's delete this cube. Alright, and then click Add Image Reference. So if you already have a folder set up, let's see. Okay, so if you have a folder set up in your desktop already, if not, make sure that you create a new folder and make it in your desktop. So I provided a horse 3D model sheet in the slideshow. So just a little warning, I'm using a Windows laptop. You're using Apple. So in the slideshow, I provided various, various shortcuts and just lots of advice in there. So yeah, so press N on the keyboard and that will open up this tool. So let's click on this reference image. So when I click on it, it is an empty. You can double click and I'll just name this horse reference. So they acts like scene collection acts like a layer. So then right now it is not really aligned. We will be focusing mainly on viewpoint and using this. I have a numpad, but I know that you don't. So I would like you to practice using viewpoint right here. I'm sure on Apple you can activate the numpad in the setting, but I would say it's good to see view and viewpoint for the camera. Alright, so right now you should zero out everything for this horse reference. It will be able to align itself. So then remember, so viewpoint, let's make sure. So since it is already on the side, so viewpoint right. So what we want to do, so click up here. Don't rotate. That will make it trickier. So remember viewpoint right, and then so press R for rotate. Do not move the trackpad or the mouse. Let's see. So rotate, I believe is Y, 90. Whoops. Hold on. So press R, X, 90, enter. And then once again, press R, this time G for G axis, 90 again, enter. Now is nicely aligned. So let's pick this move tool. To zoom in, be sure to, I believe on the trackpad you can use 2 fingers and then zoom in. So I'm using a mouse, so I'm using the scroll wheel. So right now for the horse on the right side, so let me just label this horse ref dash right. Another thing you can do, so let's pick view. Um, Hold on. There you go. So this is helpful. Okay, so click on this little picture, make sure that it's selected. Object data properties. Um, and then check on opacity, and then you can lower the opacity. So we can see it's not the hoof, it's not really lining up. So let's bring this down. So the feet is matching up as close as possible. So move down. Actually Control G to undo just in case. I think it is fine. So notice that I'm not rotating. If you want to pan, I use Shift and middle mouse to pan. But I am not rotating. I'm still on the right side. So now let's see. Okay, what you can do, you can duplicate. So do not move the mouse or trackpad, press enter. If you move it, it will move the reference. So now you have a duplicate. Let's go to view, viewpoint, front. So let's see, so R for rotate, G for G axis, 90, and then press enter. So what we are doing now, so this is the front view. You know you are in the front when this says front orthographic. If it's on the right, it would say right. So then I'm still using the move tool, move the reference as close to the middle as possible. That seems good enough. So this is the front. So let's only erase the right part and let's type in front. So then let's see, viewpoint, right. Here's the right view, and then view, see, right orthographic, view, viewpoint, front. And the horse is right there in the front. And then if I rotate, see? So I would say um, let's start with, I usually start at the front when I am modeling. So hold on, sorry. So view, viewpoint, front. Okay, so click add, mesh, and then cube. So remember, showing item transform, do you see dimension? So dimension, right now the cube is 2 meters wide, 2 meters in the height, and 2 meters in depth. So that's a really big cube. So let's see, front. Let's look up, um, let's see, how tall is the horse? Okay, so 4.7 to 6 feet. Let's pick 6 feet for now. So convert feet to meters on Google. That's what I like to do. So we know the horse. Let's just pick 6 feet since it's easier. So that means in Blender we would type in 1.8 meter. So let's go back to Blender. So for the height, it is the z-axis. So for in dimension, click on Z and then 1.8. Nice. So what I like to do, I like to scale the reference. So let's scale the reference down. And then let's move the reference down a little bit. It's almost there. Actually, hold on. Yes, almost. So let's scale down this reference one more. We want this horse to be at the head level. Let's increase a little bit and then make sure that's close enough. So when you want to make sure the height of the cube matches the height of the horse, and again make sure the front of the horse matches the z-axis. So this is the front. Now view, viewpoint, right. So we can see we also have to scale this horse down as well. So let's scale this horse down. Let's make sure. Okay, so let's see. So that's too small. So let's scale up the horse a little bit. Let's move this cube a bit so I can see the hoof. Almost there. So let's scale up the right reference a little bit higher. So let's see. So viewpoint. So for the shortcut is numpad 1 for front, right is numpad 3. So I'm going to press on my numpad right now. So this is front and this is side. Perfect. I would say this is a good time to save. So actually hold on. Let's put this location in the middle. So 0, 0, 0. Actually never mind. Undo, my bad. Make sure the cube is also matching the horse hooves on the x-axis, like on the ground. So let's save for now. So file, save as. So I know my folder is in the desktop because my folder is in desktop. I made a folder called IFP Summer Project and then Blender. So I made another folder inside of this and labeled Blender. So let's name this horse model V01. I like to put numbers, so every time you make a change, be sure to add a number in the end. So then I will click Save As. Nice. Okay, so I'm just going to look around. Yep, it's looking great. So I'm going to press 1 to go to the front. So I'm gonna go to Object Mode and then Edit. So let's see, let's click on the wireframe. So if you see this, the X-ray is on. If you turn off X-ray, you cannot see through. So make sure that wireframe is on. So that's wireframe and that's X-ray. So we can see the horse. Let's press S, X, and slowly have the horse, there you go, on the face. And then let's also press S and then Z. And then let's click on the move tool. So right now I'm in select, so then let's click move. And then move this cube up. And then, whoops, okay, let's click out. So to pan is shift, middle mouse, and then pan up. So let's press S, so here it is. So I'm in vertex. This is vertex. This is edge. And then this is face. So let's press A to select everything within the cube. Let's move this down. And then S for scale, G for G axis. Let's expand a bit. Alright. So let's go back to object mode. Right now, it's down here, but I will show you how to fix it. Let's see. Let's pick solid. So what I like to do in the slideshow, you might have seen something called mirror modifier. So before we do that, so let's right click. Oh wait, my bad. Actually, never mind. Let's click on edit mode. Click on edge select. Right click. Loose cup and slide. And then move around until you find the yellow line. Click. Do not move. Click again. And then let's click out. So if we rotate, okay, so see, this is too long. So I went back to the front by pressing 1 on my numpad. Okay, so viewpoint, and then right. So I just zoomed out using the scroll wheel. I'm going to hit A to select everything, and then S, and then this is Y, and then slightly um, size this down. So then let's move this here. And then I would say let's scale and then press Z. Let's pick wireframe so we can see through the hood. So I'm going to zoom in, shift, middle mouse. I'm still holding shift, middle mouse again. So let's move this cube right up. That is perfect. So when we move around, it's matching the size. Let's go back to object mode, solid, viewpoint, front. So you can see there's a line in the middle. So let's go back to wireframe, edit mode. So let's pick B on the keyboard, click and drag down. Oh wait, hold on, my bad. Click on face, press B on the keyboard, hold down left, drag down, press X to delete faces. So now let's pick on this little wrench, which is modifier, and modifier, mirror. So if you pick on this little, what is this triangle? On cage. Okay. So everything we do on one side, it will be mirrored on the other side. So when you turn on clipping, no matter how much you move, it doesn't move. Let's Control Z to undo. If we remove clipping, it separates, and we do not want that. So Control Z, make sure clipping is on. So let's go back to object mode, solid. So this is the cube. Let's name this cube force. Alright, so let's pick viewpoint, right. So before we do any changes, I'm going to save again. So file, save as. Let's put a number 2. So that way we know we have made progress. So save as. So now let's go into edit mode. So here is the interesting part. So right now it is on side view. So let's pick viewpoint, front. So I would say pick edge, pick only the front. The red arrow is X. So S, X, and then scale down slightly. Alright, So we are scaling down the little muzzle. So then let's pick the top part. So I would say let's rotate up. And then let's pick face. And then let's go back to viewpoint front. So then S for scale, X for x-axis, and let's scale down. And then let's move down where the ear is. Alright. So let's go to viewpoint, right. Okay. Viewpoint, front. So let's click on the face, viewpoint, right. So let's hit R for rotate. Whoops, X, and then very slightly rotate downward. And then let's move this arrow down. Let's press S for scale. Nice. So let's rotate this and then select the back. And then let's pick viewpoint, right. So let's move this. Let's pick wireframe. So then I will move this up, SG. Okay. So viewpoint front. So here is the little muzzle. I pick face. I pick the muzzle. Viewpoint right. So let's press E to extrude. So as you can see, the blue line is going in that direction. So let's move down slightly where the muzzle is. And let's press enter. Let's check the wireframe. It's basically perfect. So let's move this arrow slightly. And then let's press S to scale it down. Alright, just we are starting to make the head. So view, right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to extrude the rest. So viewpoint, right. So E, and then I'm going to extrude out this way, following the blue line. Let's press R, X, and then rotate. Let's pick edge, and then let's move up slightly, and let's only pick this one. And then viewpoint, right. Let's move this down, matching. Let's go back to the front. Okay, so it's matching the horse proportion. So viewpoint, right. So middle mouse to rotate slightly. Let's pick the face again. viewpoint, right? So let's press E, and then let's press Y, and then extrude. So when you press Y on the Y axis, when you extrude, it only goes in the Y direction. You can't go up and down, which is good for keeping the model accurate. Let's zoom out a bit. So scroll wheel or by zooming out on the Apple iPad. So let's move this down. R to rotate, Y, no sorry, X. Okay, and then rotate slightly. Let's press S to scale. And then move down. Let's double check. It's getting to be a nice size. So viewpoint, right. Okay, viewpoint, right. I'm just making sure. So let's press E. So since it's already going down, I would go that way. And then let's hit S to scale. Let's bring out this edge a little bit forward. So rotate with middle mouse. Click only the front. So let's go to viewpoint, front. So then let's move this down. S, X. And then scale slightly. And then viewpoint, right. And then middle mouse. Actually, move this up just a bit. Nice. So then let's check. Click on the face. Viewpoint, right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to extrude where the leg would be. So E, and then it's going downward. So I pick edge. Let's pick this viewpoint, right? And like just matching the body. So that's pretty much it. I guess you get the pattern. I would rotate, scale, only focus on the front and right. Just as a basic. So I would like to go do middle mouse button, but only to pick a certain part. So then viewpoint, right? Let's put it where the leg is. Alright. So then let's pick face. Let's click here. And then viewpoint, right. Actually, let's pick edge. And then viewpoint, right. I would say that's a bit too steep. There you go, perfect. Let's try to extrude right down in the middle and it makes a nice little curve. So let's pick face. Actually, let's go back to front. So you see the body. So right now, this would be the side. So let's go back to front. So then hold on to the move tool and just push this out slightly. Just matching the body. Let's click edge and then let's rotate with middle mouse button. Let's click here, view, viewpoint, front. Let's pick the wireframe. Perfect. So right now we are at the part where the leg is. So let's move this down slightly. Okay. Alright. If you can see, the horse is starting to take form. Viewpoint, right. Okay. So let's pick face. Click here, viewpoint, right. So let's hit E and then Y and then extrude. So you might notice it's not perfect. One trick I have is press S to scale and then let's press Y. And then slowly we can straighten this out. And then press enter or return on MacBook. So then I pick edge. I'm going to use the middle mouse. Pick the top. Viewpoint, right. And then let's move this up slightly. And then let's pick again middle mouse to rotate slightly. Click the bottom. Viewpoint, right. And then let's give it a nice curve. So there is some space right here. So what I would like to do, so let's pick, so make sure edge is selected, right click right here, loop cut and slide. So move up slightly, here you go. Just click, left click again, or you could press enter in return. So I would click out. So then let's use middle mouse button and let's click the bottom, viewpoint, right. And then let's move this down. Okay, so I would say that is like becoming the body. So let's pick face and then wireframe, viewpoint, front. There you go. So let's press R to rotate slightly. I am mirroring on this side because the move tool. So then let's move this slightly. Let's pick edge and then rotate a bit. Let's pick the top and then viewpoint, front. Let's move this in a bit and then middle mouse to rotate. Let's pick solid, just making sure. This horse is looking clean. We are already halfway. So viewpoint, Let's go back to right, and then face. Let's pick this, and then view, viewpoint, right. If you want, you can have wireframe on, so it helps to see through the image. So E to extrude, it is going upward, which is nice. So let's start right in here to match the leg, and then let's move this up slightly. And then let's pick edge, and then solid. Let's pick here, view, viewpoint, right. And then move this down. Let's rotate, click this edge, view, viewpoint. Oh, whoops, my bad. View, viewpoint, right. And then just move right here. So you can notice a big chunk of the horse. There is the leg. So what I'm going to do, let's rotate, face, view, viewpoint, right. So let's extrude. It is going up. So let's do this. And then let's press S to scale. Okay. And then let's press select, right click, loop cut and slide. So remember there's the yellow highlight, so let's click here. Oh whoops, my bad. No, undo. Okay. Right, loop cut and slide. Click here, click again, and then click out. So then let's move up. So this is good for precision. So let's pick the middle, and then view, viewpoint, right. Okay. Let's check again. The body is forming really nicely. So view, viewpoint, right. So I would say that is a good time to save. With file, save as, save as. Okay. So let's click on this horse. See horse selected. And then edit mode. So let's pick edge. So let's take a look. Alright, so viewpoint, right. And let's pick wireframe. So actually let me click on this eyeball. It's just to hide. The horse is still there, don't worry. So the front is slightly smaller. And then the back slightly bigger. But the legs, you see the leg, it kind of push out. So let's think about that. So let's click eye again to unhide. So then let's just rotate. So what we can do is right click, oh wait, hold on, edge, right click, which cut and slide. So it makes a loop all across the body. Okay. So what I would do, let's say, let's go to, let's pick this one. And then let's go to view, viewpoint, front. And then let's pick the wireframe. Yeah, the leg is right around here. So let's pick R and then rotate slightly. And then let's push this in. And then let's pick solid. So press X and then only the face. So it makes a hole. So then so what you do, you hold down shift and then click, click, left click, left click, left click. Do not let go of shift and then you are able to select all of this. So let's go back to wireframe and then view, viewpoint, front. So it's mirroring over here. So let's pick B to extrude, X, and then push out slightly. And then if we hit R, Y, and then rotate. And let's press S for scale. And then let's move this leg out. So the legs is more right here. So let's go back to solid. No worries. So we are in edge. Let's pick this edge. And then let's go to viewpoint front. Let's pick wireframe. And then let's move right here. And then let's pick this one as well. And then move down. And let's move this in. Let's pick solid and then let us rotate. Okay. So right now there's a bit of clipping. So when it is clipping, there's like a little bit of overlapping between two polygons. Let's see. Well, let's move this in a bit. Let's pick edge and then just move this. There you go. Now it's looking more like a horse leg. And then let's select. middle mouse to rotate. Oh, whoops. See, I forgot to hold down shift and this is what happens. So remember to hold down shift when you are selecting. And let's go to view, viewpoint front. And then let's move this. And then viewpoint. If it's looking a little sharp, don't worry. So front. So let's extrude down to the knee area. So E to extrude and then hit G for G axis and then move down to the knee. And then let's straighten out the knee. So let's press S, G and then scale down to straighten out the knee. Let's move this down a bit. Let's hit E again and then G and then let's go here. Press S to scale. Alright. And then let's press E again and then G and then scale down. Okay. And one more time, let's hit E and G and then scale down. Here you go. So then let's go back to solid. Nice. We're forming a leg. So to fill in the face, you press F on the keyboard and that will fill in the hole. Okay. So let us do the back leg. So let's pick these last two legs. View, viewpoint, front. Let's pick wireframe. So right here, let's hit R to rotate. Oops. Let's hit Y. So it's only rotation the Y axis. Nice, so it is rotating. Let's hit edge and then let's go back to solid. And then let's click on the top. So let's click on this edge and click on this one and then view, viewpoint, front. And then wireframe. Let's move this in slightly. I don't know why I picked that. So let's rotate and then solid. Okay, so then pick this point. View, viewpoint, front. Click on the wireframe. Let's pull this out. Hold on. Okay. So let's click edge and then solid. So let's check on this. Alright. Let's click on this and view, viewpoint, front. So it is a bit steep. Actually, let's go back to the right view. Let's pick this vertex instead. Let's pick only here. Hold on, rotate up with the middle mouse button. Let's click only here. And then viewpoint, right? Just move this up slightly. Let's hit solid. Okay. Let's just checking. It's looking good. Let's pick face. Let's pick these two and then let's hit X and then face. So then let's pick edge, 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 edge. Alright, so then let's go back to viewpoint front. Let's click on the wireframe. So let's hit E to extrude. Let's pick G just in case. Let's straighten this cell. So S, G, and then straighten the cell. And then let's bring this to the front a bit. Let's make sure it's not looking too weird. Okay. So let's pull this leg out. And then let's pull this leg in because horses have a really thick back leg. As you can see right here. Okay. Let's pull out this vertice as well as let's pick the middle one. So vertice is good. It's good for like pulling out specific detail of the model. Let's pull this cell slightly. Nice. Okay, so now let's pitch edge. Whoops, my bad. Okay. You know what? We made a lot of progress. So let's hit File, Save As. Okay, 4. Anytime you have been working on something for a while, always remember to save. Blender has crashed on me before, so the last thing you want when you are working for a long time is for Blender to crash on you. That is the worst feeling. I have been there before, but that's normal. That's how it is with technology. So let's move this a little bit to the front. Let's click on wireframe. Let's see if we can straighten this out a bit farther. S, G, here you go. Much better. And then S, Y. And then let's pull this in a little bit. And then let's pull this leg back. Okay. Alright. This leg is looking nice. Just to be safe, let's pull this vertex in. I pick vertex. And then let's move this inward just a little bit. So that way it's not too steep. Alright, so let's pick edge. Alright, so let's go to viewpoint, right? So we can see a nice formation of the leg. Let's click on wireframe. So let's zoom in. I'm using the scroll to zoom in. I'm holding down shift and middle mouse to pan. So let's press S, Y, slightly. And then let's press E to extrude and then Z for Z axis. Here you go. And then press enter to confirm. So let's press S and Y and then let's just scaling a little bit, as well as pressing R, X for X axis and then rotating slightly in the direction of the leg, and then use the move tool to move the leg in place. And then let's pick this edge and then move it here. Let's pick solid and let's just make sure. Then viewpoint. Right. Okay. You can see, so there is the back. And then it's looking nice. So this might be a bit too chunky at the hind leg. So let's just, so S to scale and then X and then just kind of scaling the leg so it's not too thick. Nice. So then let's go to view, right. Let's press E and G and then scale down to this little joint area. And then let's scale down. Let's pick wireframe just to be sure. Let's put this up. Okay. Oops. Okay. So I'm holding down shift and left clicking. Okay, viewpoint. Right. Let's hit E to extrude and then G. And then let's press R and then X to rotate. Let's press S and G to flatten this out. Let's pick wireframe. The reason why we flatten it out is so that the geometry stays clean. So let's press S to scale. And then let's press E and G here. Let's scale a bit. And then finally E and G again. Let's move this slightly to the front. S and Y. Let's make the hoof shape. Let's pick solid. Alright, so this is a bit too thin. So let's thicken up. Oops. Let's pick face. This is why it's good to rotate. So let's see the back. So it is even. So let's make sure we even out the legs. So I would say it's mostly from down here. So let's pick these faces. I'm holding down shift and left click. And then I'm just going to pull this out. Let's get this point. Pick on this bottom hoof and like pull out. Just making the little hoof shape. And then I'm just rotating with middle mouse and I'm just pulling. Okay. Let's pick this little area here. Just making sure the topology is nice and even. Okay. So finally, let's go down to the bottom. So what I did, I just rotated with middle mouse and also a mix of panning. So rotate middle mouse, shift, shift middle mouse to pan. Okay, so let's pick vertice. So hold down shift and then left click for the hoof and then press F to make a face. Shift, select the vertice and then press F to make a face. Alright. Let us fix this front. So view, viewpoint, front. Let us save again. So file, save as. Bye. We made a lot of progress. So don't forget to save often. Any big change, just save. Okay. So what I would do, let's see. Let's pull out this face a bit. And then let's pull this out as well to make a little hoop shape. Let's pull out this edge. Pull down. Let's click on vertice. So what I'm doing, I'm just making sure the hoop shape is just looking more like a hoop shape. Alright, so let's click wireframe, view, viewpoint, front. Let's click on edge. Actually, let's hit solid. Let's hide this for a moment. So I would say I would add an edge loop here to make the bottom front of the leg more thin and then the top part a little bit thicker. So I'll just be adding 2 edge loop. So remember, so let's pick edge, right click, loop, cut and slide right here, and then let's just left click and then left click out. And then let's just select. So I'm rotating and making sure it is selected. And then I'm just going to scale this down slightly and then press enter. So let's go to view, viewpoint, front. And then let's pick wireframe. See? So here's the front leg. It's looking more like the image. Okay. For this hoof, um, let us fix the hoof. So the bottom is looking too chunky. Oops, my bad. So let's just click go, and then let's just click the hoof. Alright, so then let's go to view, viewpoint front. Let's click on the wireframe. Let's scale down. And then maybe move just a little bit. Let's go to solid. The hoof is a little too chunky, so front and wireframe, I'm just going to match the hoof with the reference image. And solid again. Let's rotate slightly, and then let's pick here. And then view, and then viewpoint front, wireframe, and then there you go, much better. So then front. So let's check wireframe. So right here, let's add an edge loop here to add a bulk to this area of the horse. So right click, so make sure edge is selected to get loop cut and slide. Then click here, click again, do not move the mouse or trackpad, and then click out. And then what I can do, I can just let's scale the cell, so view, viewpoint, front. Let's click wireframe. Let's scale this up slightly. Perfect. So if you go back to solid, it's looking more like the image. Let's fix this. So it's going too much inward. So let's click here. And then I really like push this in. Maybe, let's see, S. Let's try Y. There you go, straighten the cell a little bit. See, it's looking much more clean. And then view, viewpoint, front, wireframe. Let's add a bit of chunkiness to the upper leg. So right click, loop cut and slide. Since we're already in edge mode, let's click again. And then let's press wireframe. And then let's press S to scale slightly. And then let's just move this outward just a little bit. Nice. I'm just going to pull this in, inward the leg. Um, let's see, how is the horse? He's looking to be a nice horse. So let's hit file, save as. Let's add 6, save as. Alright. Let's add an edge loop for the face. Okay. So this time I will say 2. And then what I'm going to do, like view, front, and then shift middle mouse to pan. Let's click on this edge. And then I'm going to rotate slightly. Just looking at this ear. So view, viewpoint, right. I'm just going to put the same. I'm going to rotate up a bit. And then view, viewpoint, right. Going in the direction of the ear. Let's click face. Let's rotate a bit. Okay. So view, right. Let's pull this up a bit. So let's click on edge right here. Right. Okay. Let's see. We can also could use adding an edge loop right here. Okay. Alright. Let's pick solid. Oops. So hold down shift and left click. Viewpoint right. And then just R to rotate X. Let's move this. Move this down slightly. Maybe like press E to extrude. Just to smooth it out, and then press S. Smoothing out the little muscle shape. Alright. So let's just save again. Save as 7. So let's rotate. Actually, let's define the face structure. View, front. Let's click on the wireframe. So it's um, already matching. So let's add an edge loop right here. Let's try to match up. So when I hit solid, you can see how the topology is pretty much clean. It goes throughout the body, which is good. So let's try deleting the outer part for this ear. So pick face, X, face, and then let's go to edge and zooming in. Then view, point, right. So let's hit wireframe just in case. I'm going to hit E to extrude. Let's hit G, and then I'm just going to scale this down, then E again, and then Z, then scale this down, now scale up a bit, and then E and G one more time, just a nice little tip like this. So then I'm going to solid, press F to fill in the face. Now we have the ear. Nice. Okay, so view, viewpoint, right. So here is the eye. So let's hit solid. Let's click on only this face right here. View, viewpoint, right. Wireframe. So let's hit E, then enter. And then let's press S to scale. Nice. So I'm going to just kind of make a little bit of a nice shape going on. Okay. I'm just going to move this slightly. And I'm going to move this. Whoops. Control G to undo. Let's say solid. I'm going to click this area. View. Right. So then it is making more like a nice shape. Okay. So just solid. Okay. So when we go into wireframe, view, front. So I'm going to hit E and then move in, and then I'm going to hit S. It kind of makes the inside of the horse, the eye. Okay. So then let's pull out some of this. Pull it out slightly. Okay. Here is a cool trick I think you will like. So let's pick, um, let's pick right here. It's still too blocky. So you see this up here, proportional editing. And then I believe if you hold on, um, so I'm using the mouse wheel to scroll. So it will only affect this area of the face. Nice. And then let's click this again. Let's just pull out, oh, my bad. Pull this out a little bit. Alright, so good time to save as 8. So we made the ear, refined the shape of the muzzle a little more. I would maybe let's go to view branch. So you can see right here, um, so that's good to know. So the eyes kind of pop out. So I'm just going to slightly uh, move up a little bit. Okay. And then let's make this, let's click face, cut this out. I'm going to bring down this vertice. Let's bring it out. Whoops, slightly. Okay. So there's the inner eye. If you want, so let's go into face, wireframe. So here's the inner eye. I'm just going to press R and Y. You don't have to do this. I'm just RX. Just kind of rotating a bit. Let's try P to extrude, and then scale again. Okay. So you're making like the inner, the inner eye. Okay. I would say that's pretty good. Let's leave that for now. Let's make the tail. So, let's see the tail. So it's right here. I'm just going to press E to extrude, but I'm not really extruding. I'm hitting enter, and then let's press S to scale. And then I'm just going to view point, right? So the tail is right here. Let's move this a little bit. Okay, so then view your point, right? I'm not going to do exactly, I'm just going to make a general tail shape. And then I'm going to hit E, and then I'm just going to scale a bit, and then RX to rotate a bit. Let's press E to extrude, and then Y. Let's scale up a bit with S, and then RX to rotate on the X-axis. And then let's press E and X. Whoop, Y, my bad. And then let's just move this down, and then RX to rotate. So before we continue, let's just make sure it is a nice shape. Okay, so viewpoint, right? So let's hit E, and then G, and then RX. Maybe scale up a bit, and then E and G. Let's scale this down a bit, and then RX to rotate, and then E and G. And then let's move this, then scale a bit more, then E and screw, and then S. Nice. Maybe one last thing. The neck is going a bit too thick. Let's add right click, loop cut and slide, and then let's click here. and then viewpoint front. And then I'm just going to hit S. Let's see. No, that's too much. I'm just going to scale down slightly. Not too much. Okay. So there is a good horse. Let's hide these two references. File, save as 9. So I'm going to object mode. So I'm going to go to view front. And then let's click this horse. Shift D to duplicate. Let's press X. And then let's move this horse right here. I will call this horse dash, like that. I had caps locks on. So horse dash low poly. And let's click on this one. Let's try applying a modifier. So add subdivision. It's making the leg too thin. So if you click on this, let's click on this triangle. Let's check it out. So let's press X. So I don't really like how that looked. How about add modifier and then maybe this bevel. Let's see if it kind of not too much. See, yeah, no. Let's remove that. Let's try object shade smooth. Yeah, object shade flat. Maybe let's try let's try this again. Let's see manage mode. Let's unhide. Um, it's solid. let's see, new front, and then there's X. Oh, so what you should do, less on click clipping, just to be safe. Let's hit this. Just click out, and then I'm just going to select view front. Just scaling this up. I'm going to, let's see, viewpoint right. Okay. Let's click the back, and then right. And then let's click. So I would say subdivision, it does a nice job. It's just it kind of made the legs too thin. It also kind of flattened out uh, the leg. Let's try to pull this out. Nice. Let's kind of pull this out as well. So what I'm just doing, I'm just trying to um, whoop, let's hit undo. Then there's an X. I'm just going to pull up the front and the back. Let's select this area. That's like, let's press S and then Y. Hmm. You know what would help? Let's add a blue cupping slide. And I'm just going to scale this down. I'm just going to hit select this. So I'm just going to bring this down and then maybe extrude. Let's see if this works. I'm going to hit E and then G, and then actually never mind, it is a bad idea. Okay. Um, I'm just going to let me try again. We'll cut this line. There you go. There you go. It's much better. And here's to scale down. Now it's looking more like the knuckles. Let's do the same for the upper leg. I'm just going to scale down a bit. I'm just going to do the same for up here. Just scale a bit. I'm just picking the back. Let's pick this little, there you go, the little triangle. Much better. I'm going to exaggerate the little jawbone of the horse. I'm going to scale it. And I'm just going to pull up the muzzle a bit. Let's just pick the little cheek again and puff them out a bit. And then maybe, no, that's too slim. Okay, let's try to do that first. Alright. Nice. File. Save as. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to leave it like this. I hope that you enjoyed seeing me figure out how to model this horse with the little back leg. Maybe that's like a bit too thin. Um, whoops. Just try wireframe. There you go, and then just scaling up a bit. There you go. It's not as thin anymore. The legs. Just show a little bit. No, undo. I'll just okay. And then S and X on both sides. Even out the thickness. Just going to say one more time. So then view camera. I'm going to camera to view. Yeah. I'm just going to add a mesh and a plane just for a ground. Just hit render for the shadows. I'm going to unclick camera to view. Camera, much better. I'm going to add a modifier. No, sorry, never mind. My mind is somewhere else. I meant material. New. You can label the material. So I'm just going to call this glass. Just really basic green color. Maybe a little more pastel green. Let's click on light. Let's make it like slightly orange. No, that's more pink. I would say that's kind of fine. Um, and then let's just pick. Okay, so horse body color. Let's make it a little more brown color. Maybe a little. There you go. I'm going to click here and then it's the same color. You know, maybe let's make the grass a little more. Yeah, let's just make it yellowish. I kind of want the horse to stand out. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of set them apart. I'll save that. 12. Let's hit render image. can see the difference with the two horse. So this is the rendered image. The image says that uh, desktop summer renders uh, horse modeling example. Okay. July, I believe, yeah, July 8th. 21 uh, save. So I would say that's pretty much it for the lesson. I hope that you enjoyed and just try your best and have fun with modeling, and that is it.